This is the Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 205, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a man's point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, our OGs, and our new ones. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, we have a Dear Erby from a woman who wants to know, should she stay with her boyfriend that she cheated on?
Wow. Yes, she should stay with him just long enough for him to dump your unfaithful ass.
That's my guy. Kamal is back from his vacation. Did he die?
This video was pre-recorded right before I'm going cliff diving. I will tell you all about it when I get home. What can go wrong?
Kevin Durant was out of Brooklyn. USC and UCLA are leaving the Pac-12. Sad times, man. And a man says he was fired for being brown and gay. All that and more right now. This is the MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're helping you to understand the man you love. Let's get to the news. Kamal.
Come on, man. Let's get into it now.
Rudy Giuliani was subpoenaed in a criminal investigation over the GA, that's Georgia election tampering scandal. Kamal, one witness said Rudy is so nervous he is sweating motor oil.
What was that shit? Hair dye?
I thought it had to be hair dye, but that shit's so funny to me, man.
It was.
It's hysterical to me, dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, on Long Island, Island, a shark attacked a lifeguard who was playing victim.
Really?
Playing the role of a victim during a training exercise. Obviously,
that's crazy.
The shark felt that, you know what I'm saying, the lifeguard wasn't a believable victim, so he just wanted to give him more motivation. Like, nigga didn't look right, flailing around in the water, so he was like,
I think the lifeguard did a great job, Kamal.
Well, he became a method actor afterwards.
I think he was so believable. Yeah. I think that lifeguard was so believable that shark was like, man, let me show you how real you look, dog.
Let me show you how you really be a victim.
Show you how let me show you how you really get down, man. Hey, man, speaking of animals, man, a trophy hunter known for killing endangered animals was shot dead in South Africa, Kamal.
Karma.
Yeah, man, he is now being transported to be a man-skinned rug in a lion's den.
I hope so. I mean, I know not, but fuck.
I really hope so, too, man. I hope a goddamn zebra shot his punk ass.
They just figured out how to do that shit, how to pull the trigger with the hooves. It's like, yo, a Colorado man was arrested for robbing a bank while wearing a house arrest ankle monitor.
Motherfucker is relentless, Kamal.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Kyle. I mean, when you just stupid, should the punishment be prison? I mean, really, man, they should make that motherfucker have to do like high school all over, like Billy Madison, do K through 12. I know that would be punishment for his dumb ass.
That's funny.
Like, come on, man. Like, you're that That's stupid.
Funny. Hey, man, the Pope came out in support of the United States Supreme Court, Kamal Abdul-Jabbar.
For the...
He said abortion is like hiring a hitman to solve problems. The Pope said if a woman doesn't want her baby, she should transfer it to another parish.
I know, man.
That's how we do it.
That's how we get that Catholic Church, man. Yo, WNBA star Brittany Griner, who is currently still being detained in Russia, pled with Joe Biden in a letter to not forget about her.
Please.
Just don't forget about me,
Come on.
Joe.
Come on, Brittany.
And Joe read the letter and he said that, he said he would not forget about her. And he's going to make sure that this guy, Joe Biden, doesn't forget either. Because this guy she's talking about, Joe Biden, I'm going to make sure he don't forget either. Because this is some bullshit.
Man, that's hysterical, dude. I wish I wrote that shit.
Joe Biden, don't forget about me.
And whoever this Joe Biden guy is, I'm going to tell him.
Yeah, stop the malarkey and go down there and get you out of prison.
Speaking of Joe's, Kamal, Joey Chestnut got attacked while competing in Nathan hot dog eating contest. Yes. Yes, this guy makes his living fighting indigestion. I think he can handle fighting a salad eater. Just have a hunch, Kamal. Yeah, I think he can. I mean, if you're an animal rights activist, I'm assuming you don't eat animals.
These motherfuckers have lost their mind. They just got the gall. They're just like, you know what?
I know, man.
You know, attacking comedians and hot dog people, just entertainers. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go up there and do some shit.
Yeah. Get your ass beat.
Goddamn. Yeah, get your ass beat. Yo.
Yeah, man.
A Texas man was sentenced to 10 years in prison for engaging in sexual intercourse with a horse. So
really?
This is how this guy got caught. Yes. The stable owner reportedly noticed that 2 of his horses were injured, and a veterinarian later determined that the animals were sexually assaulted. So that led me to one question. How big was homie Swipe?
I know.
How big was his Swipe?
If the horse can't handle you,
dog.
Damn, bro. I mean, horses can handle some shit. Damn.
No, he injured the horses. Like, how big was homie Swipe, dog?
Hey, man, he might be a creep, but that's brag worthy right there. You know, I'll be fucking them horses up. They can't handle your boy.
It's sick.
It's
sick, right?
But what if he's sparing women pain?
Human can handle that.
That's the problem.
Right.
Women can't handle me.
Women can handle that.
I had to graduate to horses, baby. Speaking of horses, I was talking about Joey Chestnut, horse meat, and he put that dude in the headlock. I wish I would have seen that. Please Google it. And drop that dude, man, the animal rights activist, man. Then Chestnut went on to win by 20 hot dogs, Kamal. After shaking off an attack, he still won by 20 hot dogs, bro. The guy that came in second said his wife was right. It is time for a real job.
Do they train all year for that shit?
When do you gotta stop this
shit? God damn it. My goal is to be the Nathan's hot dog winner. And my gosh, I'm gonna do it.
Leave me alone. Why can't you support me?
Like, well, yeah, second, 20 hot dogs. But the guy that finished like 8th.
But when the champ gets attacked, dog, first of all, the dude was in a walking boot. He got attacked, and he still beat you by 20, man. It's time to find a new hobby, bro.
I bet number 2 probably tried to do a Tanya Harding. He hired that motherfucker.
I bet he did. Didn't even work. Didn't even work. Yo, according to Forbes,
Rihanna is now worth $1.4 billion, making her America's youngest self-made billionaire woman.
I'll see you, Rihanna.
Give it up for Riri.
Riri.
Oh, and that loud doorstop spring sound you just heard was ASAP Rocky's erection.
Yeah, baby, yeah, you gonna get some child support if that don't work out.
Dude, I think, what is it? Baby was born in May.
Yeah,
I think it's about time.
I think it's about time to break up.
It's like, no, it's about time to put
another one in there or pop that question, dog. You know, I've been thinking. You know, I always said marriage wasn't for me. I think marriage might actually be for me, baby.
Man, every time ASAP hears this in news, he is like,
man, I'm winning, and Drake get more and more mad.
How the fuck do you hold in that glee?
I know.
That's my question. How the fuck don't you just wake up giggling every day?
Well, hopefully ASAP is just thinking about how he can catch up to her, man, because I would not want my woman dusting me like that financially permanently. Hey, man, TMZ said Tristan Thompson was hanging out in Vegas, quote-unquote, single and ready to mingle, Kamal. Yeah, which is weird because Tristan's motto is, I'll smash on sight even on my wedding night. He don't need to be single is what I'm saying.
He's always ready to mingle.
Always ready to mingle.
Yeah. Always. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Finally for me, man. California governor, my main man, Gavin Newsom.
You like Gavin
signed a state law. Yeah, man. Signed a state law. Check this shit out. To prevent police from arresting people for loitering for prostitution.
Oh.
So police ain't arresting people for loitering for prostitution. Now, if they stop arresting people for soliciting a prostitute, my Friday nights might become available again.
You might be able to make it happen. Hey man, we come back, we have some feedback, then we have a post nut from a guy who shrugged off his mentor's warning to get some. How did that work out for him? Find out soon. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com, and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working, you might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast, where we get into her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake to Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, Hobie.
Do we now?
Yes, man. This one came from Veronica in New Brunswick. She said, I'm a new listener, and this is what people need to hear. Nice. I'm so tired of these new woke men out there. What is wrong with being a real man? Thank you, Veronica. I was just telling this young woman how much I miss when men were men and they were protectors. You guys are doing the Lord's work. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Veronica.
Hold on, Veronica. Protectors.
Slow down now.
I don't know if you would.
Police callers, baby.
You had me until you said protector.
I'll protect you with this 911 finger provide. I have.
Yeah.
Not a trigger finger. This is a 911 finger.
I will coach you on what to do.
You will run and show her where to join you to find you. Hey, we come back, man. We have a post up from a guy who shrugged off his mentor's warning to get some tail. How did that work out for him? Find out next. It is the MRA Podcast. According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener Big Easy Q told us all about it and we can relate. Women, men. So listen, if you have a story of when you did something foolish.
In pre-nut mode.
Yeah, something really dumb. Maybe it was top crime. Especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about. Hit us up and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. That's Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story only on the MRA Podcast. Okay, Kamal, this one is from Stevie in Paradise. I'm guessing that's Florida or maybe Hawaii. I don't know. He says, I play in a band and we do shows at different country clubs across the region. We've been doing this for years and my mentor told me it's okay to hook up with the fans after the show. But if I ever hook up with the girl who works at the hotel, keep it on the low. I heard him, but I wasn't listening. Damn. Sure enough, a couple of years before lockdown, we were doing the show at a country club and we rocked it. Congratulations. After the show, I meet this girl for drinks that worked at the front desk. She comes up to my room and as soon as the key at the door, she pushes me against the wall, drops to her knees and gives me the best head I've ever had. Okay, bruh. I'm a bass, but she had me singing falsetto. Right. Afterwards, I didn't want to make her look like a whore, so I walked her down and she grabs my hand. I remembered what my mentor told me, but I didn't want to make it look like I was embarrassed to hold her hand, so I kept holding it. I go to get paid for the night, and the woman who pays me is normally flirty, but she looks at the front desk girl, then to me, and she's cold as ice. She pays me, and I'm hoping it's cool. It's not. She didn't rebook my band for the next couple years, and I dismissed the first one as coincidence, and the next one is COVID. But this year I called, and she couldn't book us because she wanted to give her audience something different. My mentor was right. Kamal, where did Stevie go wrong?
Well, what's the use of having a mentor? Right? Like, what good is it? You have a mentor. He or she's supposed to guide you, show you the ropes, give you great advice, tell you things to do, things to avoid.
Yes.
And it looks like he gave you some cherry advice, and you didn't take it. So
good game. You didn't listen,
you,
man.
That's on you, Steve.
Not only that, so I see you got an offer that you couldn't refuse, and then she's holding your hand and you don't want to make her look bad, but at least tell her the game, like, hey man, I'm not supposed to be doing this. Hook her in on games. Sometimes we get so scared we stop communicating. Let her know what the deal is. Let her know it's not that I'm embarrassed of you. We just gotta hang back because this can mess up the money. So hang right here. Let me go get paid, and and maybe just we gotta pretend like we not getting down. I think most women don't want to be a secret. And how do I know? Because I always wanted to be a secret. So most women don't want to be a secret. But women are very understanding, most of them. If you let them know the deal up front, hey man, this is why I'm not trying to be lovey-dovey. And hopefully if she's cool, she would understand. But yeah, you played yourself on that one, Stevie. Kamal, you're all right. When we come back, man, Kevin Durant, speaking of playing yourself, once out of Brooklyn. A lot of people hating on Kevin Durant. Does he have a friend in Kyle and Kamal? You're going to find out next. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, hey man, what podcast you listening to? And that's when you say the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA Podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
All right, Kamal, this is the big news in sports right now. Kevin Durant has demanded a trade. It's happened the day after we dropped, I think it was last Thursday. So we haven't really got to weigh in on this, Kamal. My take is this, man. You're the NBA expert. You know NBA way more than me. So I'm gonna jump in, and then you're gonna close this one out for us, man. I was disappointed in Kevin Durant. Sorry, I was disappointed in Kevin Durant. But we've been critical of Kevin Durant on this show for years, man. His about how his relationship with his mama, and we didn't really see. It's not his fault that his daddy wasn't there, but his mama almost seemed like she raised him to be her boyfriend. You know what I mean? It felt like that energy. I think there was a moment when might have been a kiss on the mouth, and we was like, what's all that, bruh? To me, it's on the whole shit tip, man, when you can't ride it out, dog. I don't like all the bouncing around, but I'm also old school, man. And I usually, and I'll be honest, there was no way I was ever going to be in the NBA. However, I could be a league owner one day. And so I tend to side with the owners, as horrible as that sounds. I'm not with like the guaranteed money, because I'm like, why should I pay you if you're not coming to work? I never understood guaranteed money. I never understood that. Like, you get paid when you come to work. You don't come to work, you don't get paid. Why am I giving you a $100 million contract, then you stay at home and it's guaranteed? That don't make no sense. But I know the owners want you to stay on a bad situation. And so for players' rights, they should be able to have some freedom. But even now with the college football, we'll be talking about that soon, about the bouncing around. I'm not a fan, and maybe I'm just a little old school. Kamal, you're old school too. You're the NBA expert. What is your take on this Kevin Durant shit, man? Because, wait, before I pass it to you, I couldn't believe he left Golden State. I mean, I understand that he's like, I want to see if I could do it on my own. But like, bro, you couldn't do it in OKC on your own, dog. You had the ideal situation. So how the fuck you thought you was gonna do it? It's just I'm glad Brooklyn failed, even though I love Brooklyn. It's my favorite New York borough. But how you feel about this, dog?
Man, I don't know. I think that until KD actually gets traded, I think it might be just a smokescreen, man. He's just fronting, salty, just flexing power, trying to get them to improve the team if they possibly can. Kobe did the same thing years ago, saying he demanded a trade from the Lakers. And I don't think he ever really wanted to leave because he was turning down trades. He basically wanted them to improve the team. Probably, honestly, in my opinion, he wants them to sack up. Run the team. I don't think KD. I think KD likes to just play basketball. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't like to do what LeBron does and like play like part-time GM. He doesn't like what I don't think he liked what Kyrie did, just choosing when to play and when not to play when you're perfectly healthy and stuff like that. And what Harden did, just just forcing his way out. He's like, man, just play ball. You know what? I think he's like, unless y'all sack up and run this team, get rid of me too. KD, what can we do to keep you? Dude, run the team and let us play. Let us play. Make us play.
But he didn't say that though, dog.
I mean, but he gave no reason why.
He just said that, and his.
He gave no reason why, because it's like, you know, his boy resigned, because they're supposed to be thick as thieves. Kyrie,
who's that?
Him and Kyrie. So
Kyrie resigned.
Kyrie resigned, yeah. So he said that he was coming back to run it back, and then KD's like, I want to be traded. I think that's basically just telling the management, like, if my boy comes back, I'm gonna need y'all to fucking rein this shit in, because I want to win. I'm tired of looking at the playoffs and the championship from the sideline, tweeting everybody's fucking.
Playoffs?
You kidding me? I need to be in this shit.
Yeah.
And I know we got the squad.
Yeah.
But I need grown-ups here. Don't let us run the team. Remember at the end of the last, I think the exit interviews or whatever, the final press conferences, Kyrie was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna sit down with the coach and the management, decide. I can't wait to sit down with the management, decide how to restructure the team." It's like, nigga, you just play. And I think KD.
Yeah, how about you play?
Right. I think KD's always stated, I just play, man. I just want to play ball. And I think that's what this is, man. I don't think he truly, truly wants to leave. But if he does want to leave, I do think that is like, it's some crybaby shit. I mean, this whole thing about, every 2 years, I just want to leave a team. Like, it has to be the perfect situation where, guys like Kobe Bryant played 20 years in one spot. Dirk Nowitzki played 20 years in one spot. Cameron Garnett agreed to be traded. I don't know if he demanded a trade, but like after, year 12 or 13 for trying, going really, really hard with a squad. Nowadays, man, these guys are just like, I didn't like this environment. That's that millennial shit, man. I don't like it. And I know a lot of the old heads, they get accused of just being like old head haters. But it's like, dude, it's something to be said about that stuff, man.
Man.
Like great players, Hall of Fame players like Mitch Richmond was stinking it up. Not stinking it up him, but he was on just a loser in Sacramento for 10 plus years balling. And it's like, man, under this contract until he got old. I think they released him, or he went to the Lakers and won a title as an old man. But it's like, guys who back in the day that demanded to be traded shit, them motherfuckers was like on their last leg, or like they saw their championship window was closing. Nowadays, man, these guys be trying to bounce because the weather changes or some shit. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't like demand a trade. I wish a motherfucker would ask me to be traded. I'm not trading shit. I signed you for 3 years. I need 3 years. I signed you for 5. I need 5. If I own an NBA franchise, I wouldn't do NBA. I would do NFL. If I own an NFL franchise, first thing I'm doing is I'm bringing a marching band to my team. I don't understand why I don't have it. All these HBCU players, all these HBCU band people that are out of a job, man. Make it a party, man. Let's bring in the HBCU bands. We doing that. We having, we gonna have the cheerleader and dancer dolls. It's gonna be a party, just like, man, when I went to the LAFC soccer game a couple weeks ago, man, dog, they was playing the drums the whole damn game, Kamal, the whole damn game, and it was like a marching band atmosphere, man. They was partying, bro. The Hispanics in that end zone, I don't know what they call it, but whatever, the black hole, man, they was having a blast, and I was too. And that's the first thing I would do. Second thing, man, I'm telling them, hey, bro, listen, if you sign for 3, I don't give a damn who you are. You holding out, your ass gonna be sitting at home, because you're not gonna hold the sausage, dog. There's just no way I'm letting you spoil brat that shit. Don't sign for 5 unless you mean 5.
Well, I'll say this though, owner. If I sign for 5,
yes,
you gonna keep me for 5?
I got the option of it, dog.
So you want me to honor the contract, but you don't have to.
I don't have to. That's how it works. Yeah, you are correct. I don't have to, and you can stay your ass home. And whatever the rules are, you can stay your ass home. Yeah. But I ain't budging. You just stay your ass home. That's why I don't like guaranteed money. If you ain't showing up, you shouldn't get a check. No, you're the one that said you was going to do 5 years, 10 million, whatever it is, 20 million. I'm going to give you the 20 million. You give me the 5 years. Man, we could do this all forever. Come on. When we come back, man, a man says he was fired for being brown and gay. What is our take on this? Kamal and I are going to talk about it next. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
And why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
Kamal, this one right here struck the hell out of me, dog. I know it's a touchy subject, but fuck it, we gonna go in. A production coordinator for Universal, I guess UME, Universal Music Enterprises. He blasted the company as anti-gay for terminating a, quote, queer brown person during Pride Month for speaking up in defense of abortion rights, according to a note left on his LinkedIn. He said it's been hard to process how companies expect us to be productive when our rights are being stripped away. So this man was mad about women losing the right to have an abortion. And he said he couldn't be productive that day. He decided he was going to flex his leverage. Can we say hold up? We were just talking about holding out. Come on. He admitted that he did not do his job. He must have been feeling really good about himself because he said, each Friday, one of my tasks is to process a report for upcoming releases and then to email this to 275 coworkers. But instead of doing his normal job, he wrote, I did not do them today. This is what he said on his own LinkedIn. Instead of doing his usual things, he didn't do his job. He says, I'm mourning due to the attack on people with uteruses. Kamal. Bette Midler has pissed a lot of people off by speaking out on this. He don't want to say women, dog. He's saying the attack on people with uteruses. In the U.S., federally granted access to abortion is gone. The email continued. So Universal Music Group must, now he coming with his demands, dog. They must stop donating to anti-abortion, anti-queer, anti-trans politicians like Marsha Blackburn, Ken Buck, Victoria Sparks, etc., or expect more unproductive days. So you're going to tell them where they're going to donate their money, or you're going to be unproductive. That motherfucker was fired. He later wrote, a brown queer person terminated during Pride Month. Man, when I read that, dog, I can't stand when motherfuckers want to tell you when they can be dumped. You break up with a woman because, a couple weeks for her birthday. It's almost my birthday. Well, you should have been productive next to your birthday. Please don't tell me I can't break up with you just because it's almost your birthday. He says, a brown queer person terminated during Pride Month speaking in support of abortion rights seems like exactly what America is all about right now. That is what America is all about right now. A motherfucker not doing his job and not mentioning that that's why he got fired and passing the buck. Kamal, this shit made me so mad because to me, this is some whole ass shit right here. This is, in my opinion, what is the problem, bro? Own your shit, dog. You called they bluff and they released you. They don't own you. They don't owe you a goddamn thing. This ain't got nothing to do with you being brown. I love my brown people. This ain't got nothing to do with you being gay. Stop playing the cards. You didn't have the leverage you thought. What you say, Kamal?
Oh yeah, this guy miscalculated by a lot. Obviously he thought.
Yeah.
He thought that he was like the only person who could do the job. And they're like,
send these emails, come out. Emails.
When I push send like don't nobody. Yeah, nobody can push send like I push send.
Nobody got the finger. Nobody can. My send stroke is off the chain.
My send game.
Fuck
my send game. My shit goes to all 275 people. And guess what? If y'all don't do what I say, I ain't pushing send again next week. Ha! They was like,
how about that? Now, y'all want to talk about who you gonna donate to? Huh? Huh, motherfucker? Huh? You gonna talk about who you gonna donate to, huh? What?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. I love the boss saying, get the fuck out of here when you flex. Go ahead.
This reminds me of like with Monique when she was, always throws like the black woman card when when she has a problem. It's like, no, it's with you.
Yeah.
With the DL Hewley thing, it's a black woman. No. It's you. It's just you. This is not, an attack on black women. This was not an attack on brown queer people during Pride Month. This was an attack on you. And the funniest shit about it is he's protesting some shit that doesn't really affect him. I guess that's, it's a sign of true heroism when you protest some shit.
I guess he is solidarity.
Yeah. But
yeah, true. But it's like, come on, bro. You ain't busting no nuts in no women.
No. I mean, honestly, dude.
You ain't a woman, dog.
Yeah, this right here is, and we only know about this shit because they doing on social media, and this guy is like the squeaky wheel, and he gets the oil, but most people, I would love to believe that most people don't get down like this, man. Like, this guy is.
I hope, man. I feel like these young motherfuckers do.
Yeah, well, these are that entitled. I don't know if it's a generation, but it's a group, and I think most of them are on social media. And I don't think social media is the entire population of those millennials, whatever the fuck, Gen Zers. I don't think they're all on social media. I think that because they are prominent on social media, we think that's all of them. But I refuse to believe. If this guy really thought that, like everybody's gonna have my back. It's like, nah, push send. Push send. And then I don't even know if he talked that shit. But he sent it to them like, boss, holla at your boy when you meet my demands. I'm gonna be over here chilling. Like
the entitlement, bro. The entitlement that people have these days. Come on, I hate entitlement, man. That's why, like, even Father's Day, Mother's Day, birthdays, all these days, they're entitlement days. They drive me nuts because I have dealt with entitled people that have successfully moved me using entitlement. But it's my birthday, so you have to, or it's your birthday, or it's Thanksgiving, or it's Valentine's Day. We have to because it's Valentine's. We ain't gotta do shit. We ain't gotta do a damn thing. Now, if you're the best running back in the league and you decide you're gonna hold out, well, I need you. So you're gonna buckle me. But if you send emails, bro.
Well, if you're not the best running back in the league, if you're the fourth string running back / special teams player, you making these demands. I don't think this guy was that big for Vivendi Universal Music Group. I think he was, as soon as they let him go. I've been
the fourth string guy. I ain't never made no goddamn demands. Motherfucker, you better know who you are and know your worth.
Yeah.
Man, you better know your worth, bro. And it's probably not what you think it is. If you want to know what your worth is, look around you. Not to what you think you deserve, to what you already have, dog. When we come back, man, Kamal, I can't believe it. UCLA and USC are leaving the Pac-12. Damn, what in the hell? Pac-12's got some problems. We'll talk about it next. It's MRA Podcast. You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you say we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree.
Maybe you disagree.
Or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show, or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out. Or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Erby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise. We'll be gentle.
Kamal, my parents met at UCLA. Fight. Rest in peace, Pops. Mama Pops went to UCLA. I am a USC fan because they take football seriously. You are a USC fan. It is the only team that we agree on.
Yes.
And all the teams that we both support, the only team we agree on is USC.
Yes.
I cannot believe they are leaving what I know as the Pac-10. It's about to be the Pac-10 again because they losing their two best teams. Really, their best team. Well, no. Their best basketball team, UCLA, and their best football team,
the two
USC.
historically great, the historically best basketball team and the historically best football team.
Period. And they're losing their best. Now you talking about leverage, that is leverage. Arizona State, love you. You ain't got the leverage like USC. You ain't got it like that. Washington State, love you, mean it. You ain't got it like UCLA. So, but this is an example of, as my guy White Jim Kelly from Cheryl Underwood podcast says, this is candy assery at its finest. And California has become the capital of candy ass. It's just getting disgusting. It's getting ridiculous. Like the common sense seems to be going out the window. And the fact that it got so ridiculous that USC and UCLA was like, we out. Man, when COVID hit and Pac-10 or Pac-12 said they wasn't going to play, I couldn't believe it. The real goddamn football in the South, they was like, man, fuck out of here. They didn't miss a beat. I think that might have been the straw that broke the back. I'm not going to speak like I know, but I remember when the Pac-12 was like one of the last to actually start to play. SEC was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Let's go. We'll be all right. No kids died, by the way, that I heard of. Kamal, can you believe that UCLA and USC, they're going to the Big Ten, and now it's about the mega conferences. The SEC, they are the juggernaut in the South. And then the Big 12 and then the Big 10 is trying to get it together so that they can compete with the SEC. And the Big 10 is serious. They got USC and Ohio State in the same conference and probably about to get Notre Dame. That's going to be the best bet to beat the mighty Alabamas, the LSUs, the Georgias. What say you, dog? What's the state of the... your son just joined the Pac-12, man. And he's out of here, man. What the hell? Is this Skillet's fault? What's going on?
I don't know, man, but I don't like it. I got to be honest with you. I got to keep it a buck, man. I don't like it.
Me neither.
I don't like it. We don't belong playing those Midwest teams on a regular basis. You know, I can see if half the conference...
That's bowl game time, buddy.
Yeah, I can see if half the conference came, but just the LA teams... going to play in the Midwest in Michigan and Ohio and in
Michigan,
in Indiana and Illinois. What the hell are they doing?
In November?
What are they doing, man? And here's the thing about it. For like, reaching like the national title game, when USC is really, really good, they only have to,
which they're about to be.
They only have to sometimes worry about either Oregon or UCLA or like Notre Dame, one of them, one of them. But now they have to worry about Notre Dame still, Michigan, Ohio State.
Michigan. How you gonna get out the championship?
Right.
How you gonna get out the championship? It's gonna be eating each other up.
Right. 2 losses in the
you
conference
can't get out the Big
every
Ten
year,
championship.
Knocks you out of national contention. Why? You could just ran through the pack,
bro.
Undefeated.
Just like Alabama does, even though and just be good enough.
But when they bad example.
Bad example.
But Ohio State used to, Michigan's, Ohio State would just like run through everybody. Who was it?
Yep, and then worry about it at the end.
Yeah, Louisville and Rutgers and those teams like that. It's like, man, we just beat the shit out of everybody else in our conference, and hopefully we make the final jump, man. Clemson. Is Clemson still in the ACC? They just run through that shit.
Of course, they're running through everybody. Yeah, just run through everybody. Nobody comes close. Every once in a while, Duke is good. Florida State ain't Florida State no more. Miami ain't Miami no more. Just whoop up on everybody, and then just and take your chances with the big dogs. But the problem is when the big dogs get to the big game, they beat up because they done been cannibalizing themselves.
Yeah, I don't like it, man. But I'll say if we're able to get out of that conference unscathed, I have a strong feeling that we'll win it all. They say what? Steel sharpens steel. So I guess I don't like change. So I think that's what it really is. I don't like.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't like change, but whatever, man. Fight on.
Hey man, speaking of change, man, it's time to change the subject and get into some whole shit. Kamal, you got a good one this week, and I can't wait to get into it. And then after that, we got a Dear Erby. Well, after that, we're gonna tell you what happened on Kamal's vacation. Did he die or not? Find out. And then we have a Dear Erby from a woman who wants to know if she should stay with her boyfriend that she cheated on. Kamal and I got to coach her up. It's the MRA podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. All right, welcome back. It is time for some whole shit. Come out. What you got, dog?
All right, man. I got some melancholy / angry whole shit. This is going to Robert Crimo II, or Crimo, and I hope I'm saying his name wrong. He is the father of the Highland Park Parade mass shooter, in which 7 people were killed. His son killed 7 people, injured like that.
I thought it was 6.
The seventh person.
Now?
Yeah, the 7th person died at the hospital.
Passed away.
Yeah, so why does Pops get whole shit? Well, police said they went to the son went to the home back in September 2019 after a family member called to say that the kid was threatening to kill everyone there, right? So a task force spokesperson said that the police confiscated 16 knives, a dagger, and a sword, but there was no sign he had any.
I'm sorry, 6-0?
No, 16, 1-6.
60?
16.
Okay, 16 knives. Okay, a dagger and a sword.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
But he was threatening to kill everybody, but they said that there was no signs of guns at the time. So the kid,
Because he was 16.
No. Only he was 16 3 years ago. He was like 19. He was 19.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he was 19. He was legally old enough to buy a gun, I guess. But
he could have had the strap, but he didn't have none.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, this past year, he legally purchased a rifle, which was used in the attack. He bought it in Illinois. And all police said he purchased 5 firearms, which were recovered by officers at his father's home. So why does Pops get the whole shit? Because reportedly his father sponsored the application in the gun purchase. So Pops helped this kid who in the past they caught the police on for threatening to kill everybody in the house. 2 or 3 years later, you help him purchase weapons, and to nobody's surprise, I mean, people who would be in the know, he commits an atrocity. And so, again, here we are again talking about mass shootings.
There we go.
And I'm not going to talk about, the laws and what you already know where I stand. But I'm going to go back to saying what I've said previously. We have made it too easy for crazy people to hurt people. This kid was obviously direct.
But Kamal, hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me stop you, dog. They actually had a stop in place. He needed a sponsor. His dumbass daddy sponsored him. So they actually had some parameters in place to stop this shit. They actually did something. They did what you're supposed to do. He couldn't get it on his own. Somebody had to co-sign. And his dumbass daddy did.
Yes.
What in the fuck?
Right.
God, man, come on, man. We had him. We had him.
Right.
He needed a sponsor.
Pop
should have been like, nigga, no.
Like I said, we just
you're off. You said you was gonna kill everybody.
And you know your kids. One of the other mass shootings at a school shooting where
I remember that one.
Where the mom texts the son like whatever the fuck
up north or
like I hope you didn't do what I think
don't
you
do
did.
It.
Yeah, don't do it.
You
know your
fucking
kids. I know my sons. I you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
If someone called me to tell me my son did something, either two responses. Oh yeah, sounds like him. Or get the fuck out of here. That ain't my son.
Sound like him or
huh?
Yeah. That's it. Those are your choices. And when your daddy says, yeah, that sounds like him, and then your dumb ass help him get the strap, and we asking for help. We're asking for laws on the books to stop this type of shit. And they actually had him. Somebody need to co-sign. And his dumb ass daddy let us all down.
Yeah.
Man, fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
Man, that's disgusting, bro. Thank you. That's a good whole shit, man. We come back, man. We're speaking of killings. I'm sorry. Did Kamal almost kill himself on vacation? That's the worst segue in history, but I want to know. Did Kamal almost kill himself on vacation? Did he keep the streak alive? Find out next. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
Word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's Patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA podcast of Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Kamal, this is the moment I've been waiting for. You go on vacation, man. I love your life, man. I watch you from afar, man. You take breaks, man. You take the equipment with you, man.
I about to say that, never. I don't
go on vacation.
I don't take a break on the MRA.
We don't stop, man. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll stop taking breaks. I don't know, man. We'll talk about it, man. We stop taking. You know what I mean? Because we do go hard to pay, man. But you go on vacation, you leave the country, dog. You be taking, dog. But then every time you have a story about how your wife drugged you to some bullshit and almost cost you your life. I almost look forward to them, even though I don't. If you need a break from the MRA, man, don't die to get the break, dog.
I won't die.
You didn't gotta die to get a break from the MRA, dog. We gotta have a discussion. What happened, dude? This is what the audience wants to know. I almost want to know. What happened? How was vacation, dog? What happened?
Did I almost die? Is that the question? That's the question you're asking me?
I really just want to know how was the vacation, Kamal?
The vacation was fun.
Did you almost die?
There you go. That's what you wanted to know. That's what everybody wanted to know. I didn't almost die per se. I felt like I was dying. I think your boy caught a parasite. I was.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Montezuma's revenge got you?
Yeah, oh my gosh. I had to call a doctor, man. I had to call a doctor, and the doctor had to come to the hotel and everything.
You did almost die. Got you with the water or the
we went to a water park. We went to a water park in Mexico, and in hindsight, it was like raging waters. They had a bunch of water slides and all that stuff, and my girl and my son, they swam with the dolphins and shit like that. They got pictures, really, really cool. And
So
in hindsight, I'm in the water slides and all that shit. At the end of the day, my boys over there in the kiddie pool, so I go in there, sit in there with them, and I'm looking in the water, and I'm seeing like dead bugs. I'm seeing like hair, fingernails, skin grafts, just all types of nasty, disgusting shit floating in that water. I'm like, ugh. And then it hit me. I've been here for 3 hours. I don't smell no chlorine. What type of shit is this? I've been on the water slide. That water was getting in my mouth. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I didn't hear no filters going. It's just certain shit you start to think back like.
It starts to dawn on you. Wait a minute.
Yeah, like this is for the locals. This ain't for the tourists. This ain't the place they trot out the tour. This is the locals.
Let me get this something straight, Kamal. They tell you if you go to Mexico, don't drink the water. So Kamal goes to a water park where he can get as much Mexican water as possible. I asked him, did he almost die? He says, no. Oh, it felt like it, though.
Yeah. Man, I was out for 2 days, man. Your boy was in bad shape for 2 days, man. Until it was like I had to call the doctor, man. I had to pay, some for a house call. And dude, he got me right, man. But he got me right. But
what'd he do? What'd he do?
2 days, he prescribed me some dope. Yeah, man, antibiotics and all types of shit, man. He gave me like 3 pills or three different prescriptions. I was like, I will do whatever you need me to do so I can be good. And after that, man, back to zip lining and all that shit, and
you recovered back to risking your life.
Yeah, man. But man, horseback riding and all of that stuff, man. We had a ball, but them 2 days
got your ass. Man, anybody that's ever gotten that shit, I have gotten it, man. It feels like death. And it's just, man, the last time I went to Mexico, man, I swear to God, I was like, I'm not getting caught slipping this time. I was scared to even have a salad, bro. But I escaped this time. But the last time I went before this, man, I got, man. I'm not sure if my dumb ass brushed my teeth and forgot to use the bottled water, or if it was like, I know what it was. I think an ice cube got me. Stupid ass nigga.
Well, you stay in the resort. I usually do all that shit in the resort, but like we ventured off and we went to their raging water.
Whose idea was that? Whose idea was that? Come on, by the way. Whose idea was that?
Oh yeah, that was the wife.
Once again, marriage cost you a lot of pain.
She trying to get me every year this insurance money, like just take them on a vacation.
Yeah, she gonna figure it out.
One of these days it's gonna work.
Yep, it's like a sitcom, man. It's like every one. She gonna figure out how to get paid from your ass, man. We come back, man. We have a Dear Erby from a woman who wants to know if she should stay with her boyfriend that she cheated on. Kamal and I gonna coach her up. It's the MRA podcast. You need some advice in your relationship
and can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Erby letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages,
encouraged divorce,
taught a guy how to please his woman,
encouraged divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearerby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearerby@themrapodcast.com. Let's get into this Dear Erby letter.
Let us.
Dear Erby, I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years. We broke up because I cheated on him. He wants to get back together. But I don't see why. I would never stay with a man that cheated on me. I kind of want to move on and explore my option, but I listened to your show for a while now. And you told Lori Harvey to settle. Did we say the word settle?
Yeah, we did, but apples and oranges.
Yeah, it's Michael B. Jordan, though. Anyway, so what would you say to me? I don't want to settle. I want to be free, but I'm afraid if I leave this guy, I'll lose a good thing. He loves me to death. He has a great job, and best of all, my family loves him. My parents hate every guy I've ever been with, but they love him. What should I do? Should I stay or explore my options? That is from Melanie in Tampa. Come on, what you think, Doc?
Real quick, Melanie, you should explore your options. Now, here's the thing. Maybe you misunderstood us when we told Lori Harvey to settle, because Lori Harvey wants to be in a relationship, and she's choosing different guys, the wrong guy. And we're saying, no. Settle for this guy like Sierra, because this guy is going to have you, just drama free, right? But you don't want to be in a relationship. So we wouldn't tell you to settle, or I wouldn't tell you to settle, because that's not your get down. And I feel if you do get with old boy, those cheating ways are going to rear its ugly head back into the relationship, and you'll probably be sloppy and stuff like that and get caught again, and you will hurt my man once again.
Facts on facts.
I just couldn't have that on my heart. So I'm going to tell you to just do you. I know your family likes the guy, and, I would say, I wouldn't even say, like, keep him around just to, every now and again get it in because, that might lead to a relationship. So I'm not saying have him a part of this. He can't be a part of your stable. No. You have to cut him clean off. Just move off. All right? Because I think you are a free spirit. Free spirits should be free to explore. Have your fun, but here's the thing. This is what you run the risk of. I believe, especially a lot of women, I'm not going to say most, but a lot of women that I come across, eventually they do want to settle down. All right? When you decide to settle down, this guy is going to be taken. And then the good guy who you knew was a good guy, who loved you, the family loved him, he forgave you for your transgressions, that guy's gone. And then it'll be like guys you don't really want to settle down with, guys who cannot settle down because no woman wants them. Those are going to be the guys who are available. And then you're going to be jaded and hate men and all of that. But this is the life you've chosen. I do believe not everybody, but a lot of women want to settle down eventually. And when you do, you might not have a safe and stable landing spot, if you know where I'm coming from.
Well said as usual, Kamal. When we come back, I'm going to win. Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Kamal, excellent as usual. I don't agree as usual. I think she's in a bad situation, man. I do tell women to settle a lot just because I know a lot of women that threw a lot of fish back just because when a woman is young and hot, I've told you this before. I don't know if I've shared this with our podcast audience, man. I've had a few hit commercials in my time. I ain't saying it like trying to be braggy. Yeah, it sounds like it. But when I say a few, I've done 22, but out of 22, 3 of them hit hard, right? And the first one was Radio Shack. And then the second one was Progressive. And the third one, we're still doing that. I ain't talking about those yet because they're still running. But the Progressive joint, the Radio Shack joint, especially the Radio Shack joint, man, after that shit was over, I was in debt because I was so used to the money coming in. I didn't think it would ever stop. I learned my lesson. I said I wouldn't do it again. And then Progressive came. It happened again. I was balling. And you don't know when it's going to stop. And then it stops. And you're like, no. Because your spending habits have changed. This time, with my new joints, my 2 hits that I got right now, praise the Lord, still got them a year later. A little over a year later. I said I'm not going to spend the money. I'm going to stack it. I'm going to deposit. I'm going to pull the Jay Leno. I'm going to not spend any of this commercial money. I'm just going to put it in the bank. So that's what I did. So I don't know. I can't tell if it's hot or not. I haven't changed my lifestyle. I say all that to say, ladies, when you are young and desirable, most desirable, sorry to say it like that, but you know what it is. It doesn't seem like that shit's ever going to end. You just throwing guys back. Nah, this nigga had the nerve to burp at the date. Bye. Like, what? Because he burped? This motherfucker had the nerve to take me to Coco's. Bye. Remember the girl with the Sizzler? He took me to Sizzler. Bye. And so you just keep finding reasons to dismiss these men, and you're throwing away some keepers. And then when it starts to slow down, you be like, where they at? I can't find a good man. You had 9 of them. You dumped them all over dumb shit. This nigga didn't cut his fingernails. Bye. Like, okay. So I would tell you, this man loves you. His family loves all that shit. Don't mean a goddamn thing. Can he love you unconditionally? there are men that will share you. You need to get with somebody that's either like you or likes you and is willing to work with you. Because I say this all the time to women, I'm going to say this to men too. If your woman is promiscuous, one way to fix it is to shame her into being faithful. That's the oldest. That's what most people do.
I'm ashamed.
But what I would tell you is, oh yeah, that's Kamal's move right there. You nasty ass. That's Kamal's move. Shame her. But it doesn't change her. I would tell you, you got to find the one that can work on themselves, because the jealous one is the one with the problem. Where can we find you?
Twitter, Instagram, and Clubhouse at Angry Kamal.
Cool. I'm at Kyle Erby 13. That is my Instagram, my new Instagram, because my original Instagram was hacked. Make sure that 13's on there. At the MRA podcast is where you can find us both on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And KyleErby.com is my website. You can see some of the commercials I have done. The MRA podcast is where you can listen to all 205 episodes we have done. Kamal, dog, I thank you, man. Even though you was dying this week, man, you still found a way to show up as we try to build this thing, man.
Hey, man, I'm not that guy from Universal who don't come to work because...
You got that right, man. We try to build something, my dude. Check us out on our affiliate in New York. Shouts out to New York. That is where I will be today when this drops. DynastyRadioNY.com, our affiliate in New York. Hey, man, ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.